Hey everybody, today I'm doing a figure review on the 12-inch Konami Dolls collection Solid Snake figure, based off the look of Solid Snake from the very first PlayStation 1 game of Metal Gear Solid, right down there. Probably one of my favorite games of all time. So much nostalgia, but just generally a great game with a extremely in-depth plot. I like the second, third and fourth. I need to get my hands on the HD trilogy that's recently been remastered for PS3 and Xbox 360 and play through them all again because they are damn good games. But enough with talking about the games, we're going to talk about the figure. This is going to be quite an in-depth review, so it's going to be quite long, so I hope you enjoy it. I think I'm the first one to ever review this figure. It is a 12-inch figure, and I normally review 7-inch figures, so I'm having a little bit of trouble fitting them on my camera. But I'm sure you guys can bear with me. I'm going to pan in, and we're going to take a look at the packaging. I normally don't do packaging, maybe because it's stored away, or maybe it's a figure I've had for a long time, so it's been discarded. But for all my 12-inch figures, I make sure to keep the packaging. So we're going to zoom in, and we're going to take a little bit of a more in-depth look at the packaging. Now, unfortunately, this is probably the most uninteresting 12-inch figure packaging I've ever seen. Not to insult it or anything, it gets its job done. But you can see here the other figures in the wave. There are Sniper Wolf and Merle. On the side here we have Liquid and of course Snake. These were all also in the wave. All three of these figures, you can get a Merle, Sniper Wolf and Liquid. I only personally picked up Snake. You get a little bio on him about how he was a member of Foxhound and a kind of read up of the game and about his genes and all that kind of important stuff of the game. You get a really nice picture of Snake, and then you get a nice little bio on what the wave of the figure aimed to do. So you can see, you can probably pause that, I think it's clear enough, but it says about how they were sculpted with the makers of the game to replicate authentic detail down to the smallest detail. So these truly are the best Metal Gear Solid 1 figures I personally think you can buy. You can see you open up the box at the top, and then inside you have this where your figure would be. You pull the plastic out up here, and then you have your figure, of course, inside here. His pistol, his accessory goes there. There's a few twisty ties, but he goes back in the box nice and easily if you ever want to display him back in the box. So it is very collector-friendly packaging. So I'm going to get on to reviewing the figure now. We're going to take a look at him in better detail. Like I say, I don't tend to buy video game figures. It's more comic figures with me. Maybe some movie figures. I like movie figures a lot. But Snake is probably one of my favorite game heroes of all time. He's just got so much plot depth. I mean, Gordon Freeman's a great character, but he never says a word. I mean, Snake, he has so much background, so much history. He's an intriguing character, and probably one of the finest characters out there. If you ask me, this is all in my personal opinion. So when I decided I want a Snake figure, I decided to go for this one because this one to me looks like the best. I think McFarlane did a 7-inch line on Metal Gear Solid back in the day. They look pretty nice, but I think this one looks a bit nicer. And I know recently there's been a 10-inch Snake made with real plastic. I mean all plastic, not just the kind of rubberized suit and material. I can't remember the wave, but if somebody does, you might want to comment down there. And it also included Grey Fox, of course the ninja character, Snake's old war buddy. But personally, I know I keep on saying this, I think this is the best Snake. The only problem is that he's getting really rare right now, as far as I can tell, and I'm going out of focus. I bought this figure about 2 years ago after I played the game again and I wanted a Snake, and he cost me £30 because he was a brand new released figure. These got eaten up really fast, and last time I saw one of these figures was eBay, and the seller was asking 120 for it. Maybe not worth that much. I mean, for about 120, that's getting close to Hot Toys prices. And whereas the costume on this guy is fantastic, we're going to take a look at it in greater detail. I'm just rambling at the moment. The body that you pay for is not a Hot Toys body. The costume is great. The body leaves a bit to be desired, but it's no problem. We're going to take a look at the figure now. So you've been looking at Snake's head sculpt. I think it's pretty nice. Maybe he comes off as just looking that little bit too old to me, or maybe a little bit too youthful actually, because Snake was getting a little older when you play Metal Gear, and of course by the 4th game he was old Snake because of his genes. But it looks really nice, especially when it's on your shelf. When it's kind of far away, you can definitely tell this is Snake. You can see sneaking suit. This is really, really hard rubber, so it feels like body armor. You can see it can kind of come off, but I don't know why you would take it off anyway. I don't really want to see Snake naked. Naked Snake. Get it? Yeah, shoulder pads. They're plastic. Really nice sculpted detail on the rubber. You can see it looks like this is all clipped in. Really nice. I mean, not really Hot Toys level of detail, but for an originally £30 figure, this is absolutely fantastic. I was so happy with this figure. You definitely get what you pay for. Yes, the arm pads, and his hands are sculpted gloves. They're not. They're actually his hands. I think you know what I mean. So nice sculpted detail on there. Really cool. We'll take a look at the handgun later. He has a belt, real clips, so you could take this off if you wanted to. There's a clip underneath for his kind of handgun pouch, and the first belt is for his kind of munitions pouch. You can put the handgun in this pouch. I might show it off later. He has knee pads, once again plastic, and rubber boots. Some pretty cool sculpted detail on. And of course this is kind of a one-piece kind of jumpsuit. And I think personally, if you'll stand for me, this is a really, really nice representation of Snake. An absolutely gorgeous, fantastic figure. And I was so happy when I got him. And I still am very, very happy to this day. My only complaint is the body itself. It's very hard to balance the figure because the body's so flimsy. Of course the body isn't showing, so it's not really a problem, but if I pull his hand down you can see how poor the joint is there, and you really have to feel the figure to feel how flimsy he feels. I mean, it feels like if I dropped him his legs would snap straight off. Of course I'm not going to throw him on the floor or anything on purpose, but it's just something to point out. I mean, all his joints feel really flimsy, but for a £30 figure, the detail they put in the clothes, armor, the sculpt is absolutely fantastic. And since he's all covered up, I don't care. That's probably what put me off buying the other figures, such as Liquid. They had a lot of visible skin. Like Liquid had the trench coat with the bare chest, and the figures just didn't look too great to me. Otherwise, I might have even bought the Wave because I love the game so much. The only true accessory he comes with is this handgun, his silenced pistol. If I can get it out of his hand. His hand's in a trigger finger. Here's the handgun. The silencer comes off, and the laser sight. The magazine doesn't come out, or you can't cock it like you could have Hot Toys. But very good. I mean, I think they could have. It's just a flat black. I think they could have put some detail paint on, but no problems. I absolutely think this figure's great. And another accessory comes with is his headband. Now, if you look on the back of the figure, I don't think my camera's even going to pick it up, but in the middle there, you can see a little hole. This pegs in to the figure on the back. but it never really stays for me. You can see if I push it in there and drop, it's gonna come right out. I guess you could super glue it in if you really wanted to, but personally I just like to leave it out and leave him just with the headband on. So overall, I think this is the best Snake figure you can buy if you're wanting a Snake to represent from the first Metal Gear Solid video game, which in my opinion was always the best, or at least the most nostalgic for me. There's no other comments I really want to make, just an excellent 10 out of 10 figure. Maybe one of my favorites, next to Eric Draven Crow, and a few others. I really need to show off my collection in greater detail. So I hope you enjoyed this review. I hope it wasn't too bad, being my first 12-inch figure. Oh, and there's also one thing I wanted to say. On the kind of production pictures for this guy, they give him the assault rifle. I think it was a FAMAS. I'll just lay him down, he's not going to stand. They give him a FAMAS assault rifle on the pictures. He never came with that, so that was a little disappointing, but no complaints. I absolutely love this figure. The only accessory he does come with is his handgun. So I hope you enjoyed the review. Leave comments if you've got a question. I'll be glad to answer if I didn't cover it in the review already. And just check out my channel for other figure reviews, comic reviews, movie reviews. And I just generally hope you like it. Please comment if there is something that I can improve on the next video, or any questions I can answer. And also check out my channel and recommend other figures that you might like me to review. And I'll see you guys next time.